War for the Planet of the Apes is the ninth film in the overall Planet of the Apes series and is the third and final installment in the Planet of the Apes reboot series. It is directed once again by Matt Reeves and is written by Mark Bombach and Matt Reeves. And basic story of War for the Planet of the Apes is Caesar and his apes are forced into a deadly conflict with an army of humans led by a ruthless colonel. And after the apes suffer unimaginable losses, Caesar wrestles with his darker instincts and begins his own mythic quest to avenge his kind. But he also has to protect his little girl. As the journey finally brings them face to face, Caesar and the colonel are pitted against each other in an epic battle that will determine the fate of both the species and the future of the planets. So that's the plot of War for the Planet of the Apes. This movie was great. I love War of the Planet of the Apes. And this is coming from somebody who is a fan of the Planet of the Apes series. Honestly, you guys know how I feel about the original series of films. The original is a classic. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, we don't talk about that movie. Escape for the Planet of the Apes, I thought was amazing. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes was okay, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes was a little bit of disappointment. The Tim Burton remake, which I have on DVD, I know is divisive. I know a lot of people hate the movie, but it's a guilty pleasure. I understand what Tim Burton was trying to do, and yes, I do see the interference problems that went on between this movie because I did look all the production issues up, and this movie is kind of rushed, but I enjoy it. And I love Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I thought it was a great origin story for Caesar. And I love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is my favorite of the Planet of the Apes films. So this one I was pretty anticipating because the end of Dawn of the Apes says there's a line that Caesar says, "War has already begun," and that's what this movie is. And this is one of the strongest film conclusions to a film trilogy ever. I like the I love the story of the movie of Caesar having to protect his people and he's trying to deal with humans wanting control of the earth. I think it makes for an amazing story. I think it's a it's a it's a very engaging story. And I think it it was great. I thought it was a great story. And the movie has similarities to Battle for the Planet of the Apes, but this movie is in no ways a rehash of that film. This movie is much different. Now the movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I don't. I'm gonna say it. I don't feel I felt like I did not feel the runtime of the movie. I felt like the runtime of the film was great. Um, the runtime suits the movie, and Matt Reeves once again at the helm of not only directing but also writing the movie. That was pretty cool, and and plus I've loved Matt Reeves and his film work since I first watched Cloverfield back in 2000 when it came out. I love his work in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So and he is going to be working on this DCEU Batman with Ben Affleck. So it has me eagerly excited to see where they're gonna go. I love the action sequences, and let me just say the direction in this movie is top notch. The directing is stellar. The cinematography looks good, in a lot of scenes. The action sequences are well shot. There's a lot of influences. They were influenced by many films. They were influenced by war movies, the other Apes films, westerns, Empire Strikes Back, The Great Escape, Bridge on the River Kwai, Ben-Hur, Ten Commandments, Apocalypse, and they were inspired by a lot of different. And when you are making a movie, you can go to movies that you watched during your childhood or movies that you watch before, and you can look in those movies for your inspiration. And in that case, I feel like you can get a good story out of it. The acting in this movie, of course, is great. Andy Serkis as Caesar. Give this guy an Academy Award, Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Even though you don't acknowledge motion capture performance, you should mention it, because motion capture, just like humans talking in a film, motion capture is part of acting. And I feel like an Academy Award for Andy Serkis is long overdue, especially with Gollum and with King Kong. And he was great as Caesar again. I loved Steve Zahn as the bad ape, Judy Greer as Cornelia, Caesar's wife, was really cool. I and you do get Toby Kebbell reprising his role as Koba from Dawn of the Apes, appearing in hallucinations, and you get some new apes. Woody Harrelson as the Colonel, I did not. He's the villain that you just love to hate. You love to hate the guy. The little girl, I liked her too. One of the apes named Maurice, adapts he adopts her as the daughter. And you also have Preacher, who is a human soldier working. So it's not a whole lot of humans. But I feel like all the acting all the way around was great. The music by Michael Giacchino, once again, is great. Michael Giacchino, he is a good composer. I love his music in Super 8, Mission Impossible 3, Ghost Protocol. I like his music in both this movie and Dawn of the Apes. I thought his score for Doctor Strange was okay, but I loved the score for Rogue One. And I know my friend, YouTube friend, Veritas591, he says that the score in Rogue One was lacking something because it wasn't Alexandre Desplat. But I felt like the score in Rogue One was just fine. But when you get to the action scenes in here, the action scenes are well shot. You actually see what's going on, and just when you get, and it becomes the fight between 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 humans and apes. And now I will give away I'm going to give away spoiler at the end of this movie. This is the only spoiler I'm going to give away, because I don't want to give away a whole lot of spoilers, because you do need to go see the movie for yourself. And so far, this movie is only making $191, but it's got $1 million. But it's gonna make more than that because of other films and franchise fatigue like Transformers 5. But this the at the end when Caesar dies is sad and it's emotional, and that scene alone, the way it's handled is just fantastically well. So yeah, I will say good. You can still have a Weta Digital doing the effects, and just yeah. I have to say that War for the Planet of the Apes is a great conclusion to the reboot Apes franchise. It is amazing, and just if you are a Planet of the Apes fan, you are going to enjoy this movie. Even if you are not, I feel like you will still enjoy the movie. So I'm going to go ahead and give War for the Planet of the Apes a better than Vampire Academy. So Let me know what you guys think of War for the Planet of the Apes down below, and I will have an updated ranking for this franchise coming very soon. Do you like War for the Planet of the Apes? Did you hate it? I don't know who would hate this movie. And if you like this, you can click here, and we can all have a good time.